Okay, guys. I don't know. I think you've seen me with this before. This is a Everything Mary organizer, and I am using this as my, everybody's got a twirly thing on their desk or whatever. This is for my tools, and it's pretty heavy, but it's, so far, I think it's got everything in it that I need to have to craft, to grab the tools that you want at your desk, or standing by for you to get done whatever you want to get done. And I'm going to go ahead and go through section by section. Okay, so I am going to take you around the front of this. I have my Wink Stella. I only have two of them, clear and white. So, I've got a brush for cleaning up. I've got seam ripper, got some paper clips, and in here I've got magnets, Velcro, mending kit stuff. I've got nail files, my little 6-inch ruler, which I love, my water sprayer, my stamp cleaner, and a lighter for my ribbons and things. On the side here I have a couple of my stamp blocks. I've got my glue stick. This is for buttons, trimming off the backs of buttons, and a repositional tape runner. I've got a trash can, and got some foam, and I think this is one that fixes itself, but anyway, it's a little cutting board, and then a nice for glue, nice brush for glue. Well, I don't know if it's a nice brush, but it does the job when I need it. Let me get this back in here. There we go. All right, in the back I have, it's a nice little chunky pocket. I have dimensionals, whatever you want to call them. I've got some score tape, I've got foam tape, and I've got an extra foam brush, and I've got my awl, my heavy duty awl down there. So that's what is in there. And then on this side, the only thing I don't have in here is my bone folder, but I've got and one of the pair of scissors. I keep two scissors in here, two small ones. I have some delicate tweezers, and then some tweezers that have got ridges on them, so they'll really hold on to something. A pokey tool. This one is really good for just working with, just as another hand or something. The pick 'em up from Silhouette, and then my craft knife. Here I have the fist cars. It'll be on the one on the thing. Okay, sorry. This is the glue eraser, and I've got my Buddy powder. So there you go. There's that part. Then I've got my ATG. I've got for my books, so that I don't poke my table. This is a pencil case, and inside I have all of my Micron pens, Faber-Castell brush markers, that kind of thing. So that's in there. I have my T-square ruler, my Timmy, and then one with a cork backing. I love to use those. And then this is you know, I've got 2 of them, and usually I have them wrapped inside each other, but that's also in that section. So that gives you that section. Now I'm going to leave this out. In this center section I have, this is Marvy brush marker in black, so if I want to stamp something I can just grab that real quick. And then I've got white and gold and silver. I've got blender pens, pencil, eraser, spatula, palette knife, and things like that. I've got my guillotine cutter, I've got my score pal, and I've got my envelope cutter. And then here I've got my frisket. Well, this is called fine line masking fluid with a pen tip, very, very fine tip. I've got some embossing paste. I've got Mod Podge. I've got some glue, some Fabri-Tac, and diamond glaze. Okay, then on this side I've got a stamp cleaner, and here's the stamp spray, but here's the stamp cleaner. I've got this that I'm using with my vintage photo. The project that I'm working on right now, I am using this, so I have that just sitting at the top. I have some binder clips just around the edges, but I have vintage photo in here because I tend to use that a lot. I have Memento Black and Memento Espresso. I have my Stays On Black, and what's the other ones? VersaFine, and then Versamark. So that takes care of the inks that I kind of carry around with me. Sorry about the dogs. I've got a couple of scissors, scrapbooking scissors that I really like. This one's the Decal. This is Provo Craft. I'm not really sure which one this is. It's kind of a Decal, but it's a little more mountainous. You can see the decals like that, and then this one's a little more mountainous, so I kind of like those. I got my Timmy scissors, and then just a nice pair of scissors, and I also carry my and I have them out using them right at the moment, but my scissors for my ribbon and material put in there. Okay, back here I have my Timmy Mini, and I have my Crocodile corner chompers. I have a 1/16 of an inch, an 1/8 of an inch, and then a 1/4 of an inch hole punchers, so I can do all different size tags with those. And I have the EK Success fastener. It's for the larger paper clips. I've kind of gotten enjoying those again, and I had so many of them. That is pretty much it. Now, if you guys can think of anything I've missed besides the kitchen sink, you know, I think I've gotten everything in here. If I go somewhere, I just grab this, and I know that I am covered. But I'm certainly always interested if somebody thinks I can stick something else in here. I have little bits of room here and there. But I'll be able to take this on the road with me. It's heavy enough that it will just sit down underneath the dining room table or something like that until I need it, and I can go up on top of the table and I'm ready to craft. I've got everything I need. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoy this this whole thing that I'm going to be going through on kind of, you know, I had this in multiple locations, and in fact, let me show you one other thing. I have really put this all into one spot, and I've been crafting with it now for a couple weeks, and I mean, granted, if I'm going to pick it up and carry it somewhere, it is heavy, but I just kind of turn it around on my table. I kind of know where everything is. There's kind of a rhyme or reason. It's easy to put everything back where it belongs in here, and so I'm really tickled. Now, those of you that have a craft space and you know, you don't have to put things away all the time, then you don't need to deal with this. But because of where I'm headed in my life, I'm going to make room on my table, and this is what I'm going to craft out of. And if I find that there's something that I'm missing, or something that I've got in here that I really don't use, I'll take it out or put it in, however that is. The other thing that I did want to show you is I have a smaller one of these, and it was nowhere near big enough to carry everything that I wanted to carry, because if I didn't have another tool, I would be able to do everything I wanted to do with this. However, I have put all my electric things here. I've got my glue gun, I've got my fuse, I've got my fuse instructions here, and I've got my heat tool. I have my little extra points for my fuse tool and my stand-up. Got my plug-ins. I've got glue sticks down in here as well. So there's still some room in here, and I haven't really thought much more other than what I've got in here, but yeah, so this works really well for that, and it'll be easy to pull out and use and put away. For sure none of this stuff was going to fit into here, so I wasn't even going to try and force the issue. Okay, so thanks guys, and I hope you enjoy this series. I hope some of it is going to be something that you can put towards your craft space. I know I have just kept spreading out and spreading out, but I have forgotten that I really enjoy a smaller space. I find that I do have to keep it cleaner, which I'm not always great at doing, but I tend to use more of my stuff because it's at my fingertips, and that's really what I'm looking for from all of this as well. Alright guys, talk to you later, and I'll see you next time on making this craft room more organized and smaller. Bye!